I've got to man up to admit and to ask for help. And part of the ignoring was the fact that I was coming off the painkillers, I was coming out of recovery, I was dealing with being a new person, and then I was dealing with being fat and during COVID and during a depressing time. So there's all these things that kind of made me think, this is another, you know, month of being a bit down, or 6 months of being down, or COVID, everyone's depressed, it's a year of being down. Okay, don't know how to start this one. I would say this feels like an awkward conversation, certainly for a cheery, upbeat person like myself. So what I'm going to say is this is a video addressing something which maybe other people have got similar symptoms to, and maybe we can figure out ways of addressing it. So, in my previous videos, I've mentioned a few times about feeling down, and I've very much poo-pooed the idea of depression, not in the form of being derogatory to depression, but in respect of how debilitating actual full-blown depression is. And as I say, I'm a fairly generally happy-go-lucky kind of guy, but in my videos, you guys have, some of the commenters have given me good advice about whenever I've said, hey, I've been out hill walking, the sky's blue, the grass is green, my back's not sore, I should be feeling great, but I just feel down. What's and it's just a little down, you know, it's not, you know, suicidal or anything. It's just like, oh, this is a bit guff. And then the other one was, I said how I'd be driving along and like, again, blue sky, sun's out, music's good, and then I'll just be like miserable. And I'm just like, what's going on? Then I said about swimming, I'd go swimming, and there's like a disconnect of, instead of having that feeling of achievement of swimming, and feeling like, oh great, I've managed to get myself totally exhausted from doing my exercise, I ended up, like, in my head I was like, well done Dom, but in my body I was just like, oh, I just feel depressed. And then the fourth one was, all these symptoms are coming up now. Fourth one was, I was talking how I was in the gym doing a great workout, and music in, pre-workout in, having personal, you know, a great workout, and then just and I spoke to a person the other day. She's like, maybe that's like a blood sugar level or a blood pressure drop or something. That sounds like very quick for that to kind of happen. And then fifth one was literally, I was in the gym, fantastic workout, getting again what my sports masseuse has told me to, you know, a neural linguistic process of new PBs, post back personal bests. So, you know, just starting as a new fresh gym goer, and instead of looking at your personal best that I'm getting now and comparing them to my previous ones, I've got to, you know, it's my new PB post back personal best. So I was like, cool, yeah, I like that idea, and I was feeling great. I went in, bench press, feeling good on the bench press. Did like 92 kilograms for 10 reps, which is double the number of reps I did the week before. Form was a wee bit off, but instead of doing pause reps, I just did fast reps. But I was like, yeah, I can do 10, so I boosted up to so that was a PB. And then I boosted up to 100 kilograms. Like, I haven't done 100 kilograms yet, so can I even do one? Lifted it off, managed 3 reps, and 3 good pause reps as well. So, lifted it all off, put the weights away. I was like, yeah, well done! And then just sat there staring into space. It was weird. It was just like, meh. It's like, you know, maybe there's a broad spectrum of depression, but this is meh. A level of depression, I'm like, oh god, get out of it. And I just lost all motivation to do any more. You know, I was planning to go do some back exercises and do some like guns or something, and I literally just got these 2 new PBs and just sat there going, nah. Even though in my head I was saying, well done, you've done a good job, that's a new personal best. It was almost like there's 2 sides of it. There's one where your internal voice, my internal voice was saying all the right things, but my actual physical and emotional side was just dead. I was just like, whoop-de-doo. So here's what I'm saying. A lot of you guys, thank you very much for your advice over the last year of this. So I'm going to take some steps with this. I had a good long chat with my wife about it, and her work has some like 6 free counselling sessions, and I'm very skeptical of this because I know it's just all bollocks. I know it's possibly due to the trauma of my back, due to the trauma of having surgery, due to the loss of being a new Dom, a new me, and it's also not a regret, but selfishness of being that I shouldn't allow myself to feel sad because I'm so grateful of the situation I am in. You know, I don't have a back pain, I don't have leg pain, don't have sciatica, I can lift my kids up at the park, feel absolutely fantastic. Why am I feeling down? I shouldn't feel down. So there's a I can't remember the term. So we're gonna try and book into maybe some CBT, cognitive behavioural. It's certainly, I don't think neuro-linguistic processing would work, because like NLP is what I imagine just miserable people. I'm not a miserable person. I'm an upbeat, happy person. So NLP, you know, changing your language, changing the way you think of things. I have a good NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, so glass half full rather than glass half empty kind of stuff. So maybe there's some cognitive behavioural therapy that can maybe do something. Maybe it's just talking about these feelings. But again, I've kind of like, I talked these to myself, so I don't know if that's going to be of any use. Got to see a physio as well, just a physiotherapist to really help me work on my calf strength and my glute strength and see if we can build up on that. My sports masseuse that I saw the other day, she was like, Dom, you're doing so well. You can actually, I can walk on my tiptoes for like about 8 steps now. And she's like, nerve damage takes forever, but it can come back. So don't feel down for where you are now. I'm not down. I'm like really happy that I can do it. I'm just not happy. And then, but the first thing I'm doing is tomorrow is I spoke to my doctor, and I said, look, these are these things, and he gave me a new word which I've forgotten. It's like Adenheim. There's a certain level of, or a type of depression, which is where you lose all sense of pleasure, and that's what it feels like. It feels like my serotonin or my dopamine response that I should have to a fantastic workout or to a new personal best just doesn't click in. So I spoke to my GP, and my GP was really good. So he's like, look, absolutely, we will give you a blood test. It may just be a simple, iron deficiency or vitamin B something deficiency or hormone deficiency or something like that. And from all the research I'm doing, I'm just like, oh, do you know what would be so good? See if it was just low testosterone. If it was low testosterone, that would be great, because that's the easiest thing to fix. Like, you get like a rub-on cream or like injections or something like that, which can boost your testosterone. And like a lot of the stuff I'm reading is like, yeah, low testosterone lowers your mood, gives you balding or whatever it is, and all these other things. I was like, yeah, I fit into a lot of these things. Fatigue as well, that's the other one. It's not fatigue when doing the workouts, because I can be energized doing the workout, but I can fall asleep in 10 seconds in the middle of the day. And I'm like, I shouldn't be like that. Certainly when I look back at like my father, I don't ever remember him kind of going, oh, I needed a good nap in the middle of the day every day. So I'm like, I really shouldn't be needing a half hour, like the other day, I fell asleep in the car for an hour and a half. I was like, whoa, waking up, and I'm having good night sleeps each night as well. So it's not even a case of, oh, you're having crap night sleeps at night. So it's like, if it was testosterone, that would be brilliant. So I'm going to get blood tests this week. But you shouldn't ever think of anything just as, so here's what I was saying to the doctor. It's like, it could be just biological. It could be psychological. It could be neuropharmacological, because again, a lot of the drugs that I was on for my back pain were suppressants of sorts. Some were nerve suppressants, and some were antidepressants, and some were antipsychotics as well. There's like amytryptyline, pregabalin, and if you look at all their side effects or some of their interactions, they're like, yeah, they are used for antipsychotics. And it's like, holy crap, that's quite strong. Or some of them are like, oh yeah, used to treat depression. If you don't have depression and you're not psychotic or whatever it is, taking these painkillers for 5, 6, 7, 8 months at a time, and certainly the amytryptyline made me an absolute zombie. Couldn't actually carry it. Like, that's first ever medication I've had where I've gone, I can't actually consume this, it's so bad. Like, couldn't wake up in the morning, whole body was dead. So having all these potentially mental altering drugs for somebody that didn't have any mental issues, apart from, just suffering, then, is there some sort of, that's where I just keep thinking, have the neurotransmitters and in my head just been slightly out of whack from the painkillers that I was taking during my bad time. So yeah, it's just a lot of things where so it could be neuropharmacological, it could be biological, it could be blood pressure, blood sugar, it could be macronutrient, it could be hormonal, and it could be psychological as well. So all these things, which I would say is obviously not just going to be one single thing, but should kind of attack it from all procedures. But tomorrow, blood tests, blood pressure, blood sugar, getting tested tomorrow. And the most awkward thing to talk about is trying to go for, just even calling the doctor for me was really awkward. Just like, hi, yeah, I'm having, hi, just calling the doctor. How do I say, can I get tests because I feel a bit down? I thought, that sounds so crap. That's so pathetic. But it's one of those weird things. I've got to man up to admit and to ask for help about not feeling manly. If that makes sense. I've got to be a man to just have the courage, the confidence to ask for help and investigations, investigatory help to find out how I can make me back to the dom I was. And I think that's the main thing, because I generally, I was always totally happy-go-lucky and good. And maybe I'm just at the level of normal of everyone else, but the weird things are all the kind of real massive drops in motivation, massive drops in determination, massive staring off in the distance, feeling down, massive just not getting the pleasure out of things which I'm even in my head saying this is great. Like, we went to a park the other day and it was like, just be able to pick up my kids, throw them up on my shoulders and walk around giving them piggybacks, kiddybacks, whatever it is, doing like a jogging with my kid and all that kind of stuff. In my head I'm saying, this is so good, oh, you're so grateful, but then I'm just feeling like nah afterwards. So that's something which I thought maybe the doctor, and a lot of stuff people saying, like, if you like TRT, testosterone replacement therapy or something, just seems like that could be a thing. So yeah, we'll find out in a week or so's time. But yeah, I think just something which you guys, a lot of you have mentioned to me, and I've very much tried to poo-poo it and ignore it. And part of the ignoring was the fact that I was coming off the painkillers, I was coming out of recovery, I was dealing with being a new person, and then I was dealing with being fat and during COVID and during a depressing time. So there's all these things that kind of made me think, this is another month of being a bit down, or 6 months of being down, or COVID, everyone's depressed, it's a year of being down. But when it's got to the point where I'm out all day with my kids having great time and not feeling great, when I'm in the gym getting personal bests and just still feeling down. When I'm doing a massive workout and instead of feeling achievement, I'm feeling empty. I'm like, this hasn't gone the right way. And I think that's something which I think I just need to get checked out and had a little look at. So yeah, manning up to try and become back to the man that I certainly used to be. Going and just something to do where I just don't need to have a nap in the middle of the day. Like the amount of caffeine I need to just get up and get going. Yesterday I had no coffee. I thought maybe just I'm having too much caffeine. So no coffee and just useless in the morning, midday nap. Again, out for an hour. I was like, oh. So it's like, surely that's not right. Need to get that checked out. So yeah, let me know if any of you have ever had these experiences. And again, thanks for all the comments down below. Cheers guys, bye.